Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back on the '07 quad cab. We got it rolled into the shop already. Tonight the goal is to shoot this video of us finishing the long block for it. Again, this is that 6.4 liter Cummins. It is a sleeved 6.7 non-deck plate. And let me go over the parts that we have left. So for starters, we have one of the fleece. They did this head. They knew I was buying it, so I'm not sure if everyone gets the same valves or whatever, but they knew this was for a 6.4, so they put a valve in it that will clear 6.4 bore. It came with their valve springs and tool steel retainers. However, after talking to Chase Fleece, he recommended that we go to these conical springs just at the RPM and horsepower. Again, they rate this head very conservatively at 1600 horsepower. I plan on putting 2K through it, and either we'll pick up the pieces or we won't. It's really that simple. So this is their HD seats, Manton valve springs, their upgraded valves. This has their thread and freeze plugs, and then the fire ring is why I had to order it direct through them, because I wanted half in the head and we'll do the other half in the block. For cams here, we have a 188 220. This is I don't know if it's Colt or Hamilton anymore, but it's whatever I could get in stock here. So we have that. We did get our powder coat stuff back. Here is the front cover or case. Again, that is that nice black color. And then we had a little bit of an issue with the powder coat, but honestly, I kind of dig it. So this is what I thought it was going to look like. This is what it actually turned out like. It's a raspberry color. I kind of dig it. It's different. I like it. The guy that did it was like, oh my God, like I'll reshoot it. I was like, honestly, like let's run this. So we have the front cover. We have this. We have our oil filter housing all done up. We have our valve cover up here. And then I also last night got the oil pan repainted. So from here, it's quite simple. We are going to go ahead and put our front case on, put our rear cover on, throw our oil pan cam, cylinder head, studs, rocker arms, and basically I want to get this thing to where it's ready to drop in tomorrow. So that's the goal for today, is basically get this complete, ready to go. This isn't necessarily going to be a how-to series. I've covered this many times before. This is more of I need to get stuff done, so we're just going to get it done. All right, so we got, you guys saw us, rear cover, front cover, camshaft, oil primer pump, pickup tube, oil pan. Now I just finished wiping the deck of the surface off with acetone. From here, we are going to go ahead and apply our Hazley fire ring gasket and our fleece head. Everything's lubed up, cleaned up, ready to go. Fresh cylinder head dowels here. And again, just 625, so we don't have to machine these, ream these, none of that stuff. We'll also throw the oil cooler assembly on, oil filter housing, oil cooler, put the head on, and then you guys will see us throw the rocker arms on just real quick. We put the rocker arms on so that way when we pressurize this system with oil, the oil doesn't just shoot out of the rocker arm feed holes here. So if you put a rocker arm down on this, blocks the passage, makes it just kind of spray out of the rocker arms themselves. From there, we also have to check piston to valve clearance with this 188-220 and our 40 thousandths fly cut. With our piston protrusion being what it is, I'd expect us to have right around 55 to 60 thousandths piston to valve clearance. So we should be fine, but we always double check. It saves us a lot of hassle. So we also put our D&J billet rear freeze plug on, and here she is. Hopefully we won't see this for a while, or if we do, it's spectacular. So let's get to work. Okay, so turned off the time lapse, just got to work. We got our brand used water pump. I also put the one galley plug in, I forgot. Got our gear set up here. Oil primer 9000, heads torqued. We have our intake plate on, our oil filter housing on with the razzle dazzle. We put our billet XCP freeze plugs on, our studs with fresh gaskets, our adapter plate. Clayton got the some of the stuff pulled off the old engine, including all of our 14 mil pumps, We have our oil pressure sensor in here. So I just got a couple more of these plugs to fill, and then we can fill this thing full of engine oil and then see if it's gonna have oil pressure. I also have to put injectors in as well, with tubes, get them all torqued in there and make sure she's ready. We got our rocker arms just kind of set on here. We got our cordless drill down here. We got our oil pump primed. We gotta fill the filter first, and then you'll start seeing it come out of the rockers. Spin a little faster. There we go. That was the last bit of the filter priming, and now you can see it coming out of all the rocker arms. So this does two things for me. One, it makes sure I don't have any oil getting obstructed within the block, whether that be a plug or dirt or whatever. I can also verify that all my plugs and seals are sealed up good without any oil leaks. And the last thing is it provides our camshaft and rotating assembly with fresh engine oil initially right after cranking. So if you guys look, when I let go, it actually pumps it backwards. There's so much pressure. So all I do is I take this drill, back it off one turn. I'll pull this pump out, put the oil primer 9000 away, put a Cummins oil pump in here. Now Clayton can pull the rocker arms off. We can start dropping injectors, push rods, valve bridges, and then set the lash as well on this old girl. So chipping right along. By the time that's all done, hopefully our paint is dry on our CP3s and we can throw that in. But we're moving right along. She's looking good. Pardon the grinding in the background, but Clay is out there machining something up. We have our piston to valve clearance. We're at 62 thousandths, so plenty there. We got our Manton valve bridges in, our Dynamite 400% over injectors. These are the ones that say P pump LOL. So, you know, super mentals from Dynamite. And our Manton push rods. We have our 6-7 rail set up here, and our dual feed kit. So now I gotta mount the second pump. Once the second pump's mounted, then we can do all of our fuel plumbing, as well as get our crankcase vent setup going on here. Oil pressure sensor already in. We still got to put the dipstick in, obviously, but slowly chipping away at it. No lifting brackets or nothing back there to deal with. And yeah, we got our fluid dampener with our full power kit all mounted up and just slowly chipping away at it. Clay just really wanted to see the turbo on. That is our Midwest Bulbarin S4 Hundo. Then we have our fleece dual pump kit installed here. This is their 6-7 kit, and then I over the years have bought, and this port line has gone non-deck plate to deck plate back to non-deck plate, and this is their sensor adapter. I think they still sell this separately. I'm not 100% sure, but this used to be the way their 6-7 kits were. Now you have the pump sharing. Like I said, I've talked about this before. Right around 2,000 horsepower, 1,800, we ran into the issues with that. So that's why we're gonna do this. These are our two Exergy 14 mil pumps. I painted them black, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna say it was to cover up the fact that they're Exergy, but one was really crusty from being on the 07 quad cab, so I just painted them both black. But these are the Exergy race pumps, 14 mils. The way it works is our AirDog fuel system will feed into here. This is one feed. This is the other feed to our 14 mil pumps. Then we have one return here, rail return here, head return here, and that's all going to exit out the factory return line. And then this is a secondary return for the other 14 mil pump. At idle, these things pump a lot of fuel back. And when you run two of them, what we do is we run this back to the tank on its own separate line. So stock 6-7 lines. This is a DDP modified rail, regular Connecting tubes, we do have our Dynamite 400% overs or 100 LPM. This is the same set we had for UCC Drag Race and the dyno with the DDP truck at Music City. So this should be pretty rowdy. Okay, guys, it is the next morning. We got everything cleaned up in the engine area. We got the engine finished painted, got the clear coat on it, the splatter. We got a Galaxy black with some gloss black. We have the raspberry illusion. We have that PXR kind of powder color, and then cast iron on the block. Everybody always wants to know, it's very easy to paint these things. Make sure it's clean, prime it, paint it, and that's it. So we got our Suncoast flex plate on, like I talked about, our ARP fasteners, D&J Built rear freeze plug, XDP side freeze plugs. We have a Steed Speed T4 wastegated manifold with a Keating Machine T4 T6 adapter. For this turbocharger, we have a Midwest ball bearing S400. It is a 480/96, courtesy of John Schrotto. We have all of our powder coating done by Jordan, local guy. It was a customer of ours that's now turned into a powder coat resource for us. ARP 625s on this fleece head with the bigger valves, firing gasket, half in the head, half in the block, Waggler billet rods, diamond pistons, trend pins. Big thank you to Evan Booms as always. Fluid dampener, Nick got us set up at PRI with this unit. Max power kit. I just want to give a huge shout out to AutoZone on this lifetime warranty water pump. Fleece dual pump kit, looking just bougie as all get out. We have 2 Exergy 14mm pumps. We have the fleece distribution kit, a fleece 6/7 dual feed rail kit. We have a Beans machine billet tappet cover, or billet valve cover, excuse me. We of course have Dynamite injectors and their tubes. This is also a Dynamite modified 6/7 rail. We have Manton valve springs, Manton push rods, Manton valve bridges, and then of course New Performance Auto 14mm girdle, power bore sleeves, and all of the block machine work was done by Steve in Rural Retreat, New Performance Auto. I think that covers it. For cams, I did look. This does have a Hamilton 188/220 with a set of Hamilton tappets, and I think that's it, guys. Other than that, I mean, if you guys want to know any other parts, that's pretty much it. Oh, power driven block drains, I forgot about those. We covered those with the Mega Cab. Big fan of those products. Now I gotta put the harness on and the starter, but this is where she's at, and this is where I'm gonna leave you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video of us putting it together. Like I said, this was not a technical video. This was just put your nose to the grindstone and get to work. Big thank you to Clayton for helping me not only get parts clean, parts pulled off the other motor, helping me put it together, but he's also going to be helping us in the next video get this in. That is where we will pick up off on the quad cab series once we are back. Again, guys, give this one a big thumbs up. Drop a comment down below if we're going to see you at Fitzgerald Performance's Dyno Day, March 4th. Come down. It's Jamestown, Tennessee. I'll be there. David will be there. I believe Greg A is supposed to be there. Logan Epling's supposed to be there. I think Kendrick Baylor from Ultramic Transmissions in Rural Retreat's going to be there. I'm not sure if I think maybe even Tyler Hoots is going to be there. So we should have quite a few rowdy trucks for you guys to watch explode on the dyno. And there's a burnout contest, cool trophies. So yeah, hopefully I see you guys there. As always, guys, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch y'all on the next one.